Another episode of JBK and J. I am Jason here with Jake and Billy. And in today's episode, we are going to go over Week 1's betting lines. We're going to take who we think you should put your money on in Week 1. And after that, we're going to talk a little bit about the Sam Bradford trade and how Carson Wentz will be starting for the Eagles Week 1 home against Cleveland. So without further ado, we'll jump right into it. We'll start with Billy. The first game that we obviously have is the Thursday night game. Carolina is going to Denver, and Carolina is a 3-point favorite in Denver against the defending Super Bowl champs. What do you think, Bill?
I agree. I would take Carolina in this bet. I don't like Denver's whole quarterback situation there, not one bit. I don't know. Carolina, they're coming off a 15-1 season, and they're getting Kelvin Benjamin back, so it's just. I don't know. I'd make it more, honestly. I'd take that bet. I take that bet. I would take Carolina 100%.
Yeah, I expect Carolina to cover the spread. Yeah, they'll get their revenge on Denver.
Yes, they will.
And I mean, I just don't think Denver is going to be anywhere near as good as last season. Their quarterback situation is iffy, and there's no way. The defense is still great, but there's no way it's going to be near historic again.
I absolutely agree with you. I actually dislike Denver's offense so much because Trevor Siemian's their quarterback that I think they're going to go 8-8 if I had to put a number on their season. I absolutely think Carolina covers the spread. I think they beat them by 2 touchdowns. Carolina's a pretty safe bet there. All right, the next game we're going to be doing is Tampa at Atlanta. Atlanta is a 3-point favorite in this game. Jake, we'll start with you this time. What do you think about this one?
I don't know. I think I'd take Tampa here. I don't think even Atlanta wins. I don't think they're going to cover. I think it's going to be close. And I just expect big things out of Jameis. I think Atlanta's overrated as always. But I mean, I always feel like that every year it seems like, but I don't think Atlanta's a great team, and I think Jameis is going to really step up big in Week 1.
All right, what about you, Bill? What do you think?
I 100% agree with Jake. I don't like Atlanta's team. I don't, they do it's the same stuff every year. People get expectations up, and then you know how it finishes. I don't like Atlanta. I don't even care if it's in Atlanta. It's not like it's a tough place to play. And I do like the quarterback and
not anymore.
I think he's going to be I think he's going to be a nice quarterback. I think he's going to really grow up this year, and I think he's going to lead that team to cover that spread.
I actually
win that game.
Tampa is my surprise team to make a wild card this year. I don't have them winning the division, but I have them sneaking in the playoffs, and I am shocked that actually, it's in Atlanta, so if it was on a neutral field, it would be a pick 'em. So they actually think the teams are even. But I would definitely take Tampa on this one. All right, the next one is Minnesota at Tennessee. Minnesota is the favorite by 2 points in Tennessee. What do you think about this one? We don't know who's playing quarterback there yet. It might be Sean Hill.
That's why this one's a little weird. I think that changes everything. The quarterback situation literally changes my entire opinion.
Definitely changes.
Yeah, if Bradford
Bradford's ready and knows the offense and he's starting, I easily take Minnesota. But Sean Hill, I don't know. I don't have much trust in him. I don't have any faith. And I think if Sean Hill's a starter, I take Tennessee. And if Sam Bradford's a starter, I take Minnesota.
I'm taking Tennessee regardless in this game.
No, if Sam Bradford's starting, I'd take Tennessee. Not Tennessee, I'd take Minnesota. I'd take Minnesota.
And that is, in my opinion, that's a he's got to cram an entire offseason worth of learning into 10 days. I think if he does play, I don't think he's going to have a great game. And if Sean Hill plays, it's Sean Hill, veteran quarterback, career backup.
I mean, I don't expect Bradford to be great, but I mean, he's going to be better than Sean Hill. I mean, I think we give Bradford a bad rep because we are Philly fans, but what?
Everyone sleeps on Tennessee. I like Tennessee. I mean, they have a good defense and they run the ball.
I mean, Minnesota has a great defense too. I love Minnesota's defense.
Obviously, Minnesota can run the ball too.
They both have really good personnel. On paper, they're both really good football teams. But
I think that's going to be a really good game, actually. That's going to be a tight one.
I mean, it'll be a good game, but I'd still take Minnesota. I mean, assuming Bradford's starting, I think he will.
So, Billy,
if Sean Hill's starting, I take Tennessee.
Or you took Minnesota?
If Sam Bradford starts, I take Minnesota, and if Sean Hill starts, I take Tennessee.
Okay, I'm taking Tennessee regardless. So
I'm taking Minnesota.
All right, I like it.
All right. Now this is the real one right here. Philly at home. They're a 4-point favorite against Cleveland.
I take Philly.
I take the Eagles. Eagles are going to win this game by at least 10 points, I think.
I want to cut it. I don't like
Absolutely
Cleveland.
At least
I
10
really
points.
like Hugh Jackson, so like I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland was able to cover the spread. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and like shocked a little bit because Hugh Jackson took the in that stretch of horrible Raiderness. They
I
had
don't
8
care
seasons.
if I don't care if the coach is freaking Jesus. Cleveland has the worst roster in the NFL by far, in my opinion.
I bet people would have thought something similar to that Oakland Raiders team. Like that they've been bad forever. They've won 8-8 season in the mix of that when Hugh Jackson was that coach.
I mean, Cleveland has a decent defense, I think, but
No,
the Eagles.
I still take.
You like
Isn't
Cleveland's
there-
defense?
I don't think they're awful. I don't think they're great. I think they're
They
okay.
were like really bad last year. I think they were bottom 5 last year.
No, they weren't great last year, but I mean, like statistically, the Eagles are what the worst defense last year too.
Wow, the numbers were
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
because
I don't think that
Chip
Cleveland's
Kelly's
awful.
offense had him on the field for 40 minutes.
I know, yeah, but I mean, I don't think Cleveland's defense is awful. I don't think they're great. I think they're okay.
I think they're terrible.
But I mean, no,
Offensively terrible, defensively terrible. They're a bad football team.
I still expect the Eagles to win by at least 10 points.
Yeah, I take the Eagles in this easily, but I say I wouldn't be too surprised if Cleveland went out there and shocked me. And you know how it kills me to say that, but
I can't believe the spread's only 4 points. Honestly,
it was 7 before they traded Bradford. They pulled.
Well, you guys have a really
see, I
changed the
expect
spread after
I
the
expect Wentz to have a big game because the thing is that I think it's a lot. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but I think it's a really good thing that Wentz is starting now as opposed to
and especially against Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start your
When-
NFL career.
Yeah, as opposed to later when he
Momentum
has like
early.
tougher competition. But we'll talk more about that later. But
All right, Billy's gonna like this next game. Cincinnati on the road at the Jets. They are a 2.5-point favorite on the road against the Jets, who went 10-6 last year. I absolutely would take Cincinnati in this game. What about you, Bill? I think I know where this is going.
I definitely take Cincinnati. I like the numbers. We're away, we're playing in New York, but the Bengals do not. They have a really good football team. The receiving core looks a little beat up after losing Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu. But I personally think Tyler Boyd's going to be a really nice player. I think he'll be able to fill the shoes that those two had, and the Jets. I don't know. The past couple times we played the Jets,
My only concern for you in this game is Eifert's out, and who's going to be that third receiver? Who's going to step up?
the number 3 receiver.
Well, yeah, who's going to be your third receiver?
I don't think LaFell is that bad. I mean, like he's not good, but number 3 is not that bad. And you're gonna have Bernard out there catching passes. You're gonna have
That's
tight end-
good
tight
for
end-
my fantasy team. I hope Bernard's catching passes.
the tight end is the biggest deal. I mean, Eifert, while he's healthy, when he is healthy, sometimes he's one of the best tight ends in football. But it's a matter of then. I don't know if Tyler Croft's playing. I think he's out too. So I don't
He
even
is.
know.
No, he is. You guys have some honesty.
Maybe
Like, I was
CJ
watching one of your
Uzomah.
preseason-
I don't know how to pronounce his
That
name.
guy.
CJ
Yes,
Uzomah.
it is whoever that is. I was watching the preseason game. I'm like, I have never heard of this guy in my entire life, and I know a lot of football players.
Yeah. So the
All right,
tight
Jake,
end
what
can
do
be
you
a
think about
factor,
this?
but I have faith in the offensive line. I have faith in our running backs.
I mean, no, I'd still take Cincinnati, but I think you guys are sleeping a little bit in New York. I think you're like acting as though it's a done deal.
I don't
think.
like the Jets. I'm not high on the Jets at all.
I
do
think-
not
I
like
mean-
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
See, I mean, he's not going to be as good as he was last year, but I still think he's.
I don't
that
even think
quarterback.
I think he goes back down to earth.
I mean, I love Todd Bowles. I love what he's done with that team. I don't think the Jets are a bad team. I still expect Cincinnati, to win
I
it
think
by
Cincinnati
at
will beat
least a
them by 10.
touchdown. But I think at least a touchdown. But I wouldn't be absolutely shocked if the Jets made it close.
All right. Well, that was an interesting one. We all had a little bit of a different opinion on that.
I like this next one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oakland at New Orleans. This could be a shootout right here.
I'd take Oakland without a doubt.
And New Orleans is a 1-point favorite, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
No, you didn't, but I'd take Oakland without a doubt.
I take
I
Oakland
agree.
in this.
I don't think the Saints are.
I just think Oakland's a through and through better football team.
Yeah.
I think this is it for Sean Payton and Drew Brees, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah,
I think they're done. Their reign of offensive terror has ended.
I mean, their
agree.
defense is absolutely horrid.
It's been bad
It was
for
one of the
years.
worst in NFL history last year.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's terrible.
And I don't think they improved that much, if you want me to be honest.
And I think Oakland's, an up and coming team. I mean, everyone thinks that they're an up and coming team, but I love that. I love that team. I love that
They
roster.
got the receivers.
Me
I
too.
don't even think there's much.
I
to
love
say about
Latavius.
Tulsa.
I know.
I just think Oakland's I would just pick Oakland, no problem.
I know a lot of people aren't high on Latavius, but I'm a huge fan.
After we're done covering the spreads here, I want to talk about Oakland a little bit, by the way, and when we're done talking about Bradford and the Wentz situation.
Fine.
Next game is San Diego at Kansas City. Kansas City is a 7-point favorite in this game. What do you think about this one, Bill?
I'm not too high on San Diego personally.
How could they stink?
Well, yeah, I do like Kansas City, so 7 points. I think they could easily win by 7 points. Is a lot of.
Now Jamal Charles isn't playing, but clearly that didn't matter last year when they won 10 straight games.
I don't think
Spencer Ware and Sharkandrick West. I honestly think when Jamal Charles comes back, I think it's going to be a 3-headed backfield anyway. So
it's a tough one, but I go with Kansas City. I think they can win by touchdown, probably even more.
I like Kansas City a lot in this game. What about you, Jake?
I mean, I really like Kansas City just a lot as a team. Like, I mean, I've loved them ever since they got Andy. But that's quite a spread. Like that's
big.
7 points. Like, I'd probably still take them, but I mean that's a tough call. I'm not high in San Diego, but I still think Philip Rivers is a great quarterback, and you can never.
You think he's a great quarterback?
Well, I mean, what do you consider great? Are you talking like top 10? Are you talking top 5? I mean, I don't think he's top 5.
I think great. The word "great," in my opinion, when I think of great, I think of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, I mean, I wouldn't put him at the top tier. I'd put him, right below that. I'd put him right below the top guys.
All right.
I still think he's I mean, I'd still take Kansas City, but I wouldn't be surprised if Philip Rivers, had a big game.
He can do that occasionally because when Rivers is on, man, his completion if you look at all the seasons where the Chargers have been successful and when he's been successful, his completion percentage is insane.
I mean, put him on a better team, and I think we'd be having a lot different discussion about him. But
so we're all taking Kansas City on this one, even with 7 point. Okay, I like this one. Buffalo at Baltimore, 3-point favorite. The Ravens.
Give me Buffalo.
Wow. We're agreeing a lot. I'm going to take Buffalo on that too. I don't like Baltimore.
I don't like Baltimore either. And I love Tyrod Taylor. I expect him to go off. I'm hoping Sammy Watkins has a big game for the sake of my fantasy team. I know it's not the best way to judge, but still, I mean, no, I really like Buffalo.
Baltimore's old. They're hurt all the time.
Yeah, the team.
They are
too
done.
banged up. Yeah. I don't say this one with ease. This is a little tough. I think this is a tough decision. It's still in Baltimore. They're coming off this down season of injuries, but injuries keep getting them. I don't think they're gonna be able to. I don't like rooting against Baltimore. I mean, I love Joe Flacco. I like a local guy, but no, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't dislike the Ravens. I'm talking as a team. I don't think they're
going to be any good this year, and I think Buffalo's a much better team than a lot of people give them credit for. And I think they're gonna beat Baltimore in this game. They'll at least cover, but
I agree.
The next game here is the spread is a little confusing to me. Chicago at Houston, and Houston is only a 6.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago is not a good football team.
No.
They're really bad.
They are really. Offensively, defensively, they're just a bad football team. I think they're going to have a top 3 pick this year. I'll take Houston on the 6.5, honestly. What about you, Bill?
I don't take it with ease, but I take them. I don't like Houston's quarterback situation. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, maybe listening, but I don't think there was enough. I don't like Osweiler.
I'm not a believer in Osweiler.
Plain and simple, I do not think Osweiler is going to be the guy in Houston.
Yeah, I still think that he's good enough to beat the Bears with the team that they have.
Watt's playing week 1, right?
What'd you say, Jake? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Watt's playing week 1, right?
Yes. He was cleared.
Yeah, I'd take Houston then.
Absolutely.
I take Houston too, just not easily.
I actually think they smoke them. This is a really good game. I'm actually really upset the Eagles are playing at the same time as this game. Green Bay at Jacksonville. Green Bay is a 4.5-point favorite. And guess who I'm going to take? I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Cover that spread?
Absolutely. I think Jacksonville's going to win that game.
Really?
And Green Bay is my
Ooh.
pick to win the Super Bowl, and I have them going 14-2. That'll be one of their losses, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
if I was feeling risky, I'd take Jacksonville, but no, I mean I think I'd go with the safe pick. I'd go Green Bay. I mean I think they're a really good team. I mean I know I said that I wouldn't be surprised to see Minnesota win the division. I mean before Bridgewater got hurt. Now
I would be very surprised to see Minnesota win.
I know.
Have you seen Green Bay's schedule?
I did.
I think Green
It's
Bay's
easy.
a really good team when they're healthy, but like with how easy that schedule is, I cannot see them winning any less than 12 games.
I
Literally.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I just like picking the upset there, but I love Minnesota. But no, yeah. Back to like the whole point. I mean, I'd take Green Bay, just a safe pick. I don't know.
I'm going to agree with Jake. I do like Jacksonville. I think they're a nice, young, and upcoming team, but I think that the youth isn't there yet. They're not at that point level yet. And I agree with you on how good Green Bay is going to be, and I can't see Jacksonville winning that game. I think Green Bay's going to go there and they're going to show off, and they're definitely going to cover that spread.
All right. Well, at around 4:15 Eastern time, I'll text you, Bill, when the Jags win. All right. Now this one is, I think we're even with this spread. I'm still taking Seattle. Seattle at home against Miami. Anybody that knows me knows that I hate the Dolphins. They are run worse than anybody in the NFL. They're on Cleveland level with how they're run. And Seattle, in my opinion, is going to be right up there with Green Bay to be a Super Bowl contender in the NFC. Taking Seattle 10.5. What about you, Bill?
That is such a big swing. Like 10.5 points is a lot, but
It is
I
a
have
lot.
no faith.
It is.
I have no faith in Miami. I have no faith in the quarterback. I have no faith. Like I think Aaron Foster's done, and he's starting this week, and
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't like it. I don't like the team in this situation. It seems risky taking a 10.5 point favorite, but I don't see me having any
I
other
like
choice.
Adam
Seattle's
Gase, though.
going to
Like,
go
I like
there.
their coach. I like their coach a lot. The quarterback is everything, and Ryan Tannehill is not a franchise quarterback. I do
I
not
agree.
say it. I don't
If any
like
of
him
you
at all.
guys, if any of you guys listening disagree or agree, tell us why. I want to hear why you possibly like Ryan Tannehill.
If anyone would disagree with us, I would love to debate them.
I mean, before last season, I would have disagreed with you, but at this point, no. I mean,
It was just the
Last
He's been in
season
the
was
league
killer,
long
yeah.
enough. Yeah, we know
last
what
season was a
he
killer.
is.
But
So I'm taking
okay,
Seattle, not lightly. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami went out and covered the spread, but there's no way Miami wins the game.
No.
I mean, like I don't think we're gonna see.
That's a lot of points.
Like you're almost always due for at least a blowout a week, and I don't see a lot of blowouts coming this week. But I think Seattle's going to win this one big. It's going to be a blowout.
I think Seattle. There's not.
Yeah. No, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a big win for Seattle.
All right,
Well,
the next
I like
game.
this.
This has
I like-
a lot of playoff implications for. Well, not actually. That was a stupid thing to say. This kind of just affects the Eagles, is what I was going to say. The Giants travel to Dallas, and it is a pick'em. I'll start with you, Jake.
I'll take the Giants. No Romo. I take the Giants.
I'll take the Giants also. What about you, Bill? We're not going to talk about this one too much.
I'm just gonna pick Dallas. I have faith in the young quarterback there.
Ooh, Dak attack.
In Dallas,
I think you're going to see a different Dak Prescott when defenses are throwing the kitchen sink at him, and
I
there's
do
game
too.
planning.
I don't think he's gonna go out there and shoot the lights out like he did in preseason. But I don't know. I personally have faith in him. I think he can. I think he'll be able to handle the game and get a home win for his team.
All right. Detroit at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a 4-point favorite. I actually am really intrigued by this game. I don't know about you guys. This is another good one.
I think it'll be good.
Start with you, Jake. What do you think?
I'm going to take the. I mean, I think Indy wins, but I think Detroit. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be maybe a 1 or 3 point game. I'd take Detroit.
I'm going to take Detroit too. I like Detroit to win the game.
Yeah, I think Indy wins, but it'll be 23-20, 24-23, something like that.
I agree with
Yeah.
Jake. I think Indy wins small, but Detroit covers the spread.
And the big battle to end the day. New England at Arizona. Jimmy G's first start. Arizona is a 6-point favorite at home. I am absolutely taking New England on that.
No, I disagree.
Oh.
I take Arizona. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl, and no Brady. I think Arizona covers. I think
Arizona.
I think Arizona's going to win the game, but I like New England to cover the spread.
No, I see
think it'll be a 3-point game.
I see Arizona winning like 30-20, something like that. I think it's going to be like a touchdown, 10-point game, something like that.
I think it'll be a field goal, like 2-point game. I take New England. Never count out Bill Belichick, man.
No, but I mean Arizona. I think Arizona might be
they're a really good
in the
team,
NFL.
And I think Arizona will win the game. It's going to be close. I think, in my opinion. I think New England cover the spread.
I mean, I'm always really high in Arizona, and I'm not so high in New England without Brady. But that's another topic.
All right, now we'll get to the Monday night games. Pittsburgh at Washington. They are a 3-point favorite on the road. Vegas is sleeping on the Redskins a little bit.
I mean, so am I.
I love their offense. I'm going to take the Redskins. I don't know who's going to win, but my gut's telling me to take the Redskins on this if I was betting.
I take Washington. I think Washington wins the game.
I agree. Well, I don't know actually.
I was going to say
I don't know who I'm going to pick in this game. Like if I had to pick a winner, that's tough. But simply because they're the underdog, I'll take them.
I mean, I was going to say Pittsburgh, but then I remembered Le'Veon suspended and I don't know. This I think actually might be the toughest game to call.
Williams is good though.
He is, but I mean
that's a big drop.
Played really well.
Yeah, but I mean Le'Veon's still arguably the best running back in football.
Hey, they functioned just fine without him last year.
I mean, they did. You're right.
As I said, you can't be the best if you can't get on the field.
But I mean, I don't know. That's a tough call. Like, I want to go Washington, but I feel like I'd say go Washington, and then Washington gets blown out just because, they're the friggin' Redskins. I guess I say go Washington. I need more underdogs in my life.
This last game is really bad.
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Really bad. The Rams go to San Francisco, and they're a 2.5-point favorite. Honestly, dude. I don't know where I'm going with this. You go first.
Because, I mean, San Francisco, I absolutely hate them. I think they're awful. I mean, and Blaine Gabbert got named the starter, right?
Gabbert.
Which is just, oh, my God. But, I mean, Los Angeles, they're almost as bad.
Starting for them, Case Keenum.
Their offense is just so boring to watch.
I mean, like,
both of them.
Honestly,
at least San Francisco's got Chip. Chip Kelly. I don't like him as a coach, but let's be honest, that's a fun offense to watch. That no huddle.
It used to. I mean,
I think it's fun.
I mean, the very first game we ever saw, which it was fun to watch. After that, we never saw that offense again. But I mean,
after the first, we saw it the whole first year, and the majority of.
We saw Nick Foles be an absolute beast. Is what we saw. But that's what we saw. I mean, after that first game, Chip Kelly's offense devolved into little, screens and just check down passes. And I hate Chip Kelly. I absolutely hate that man with a passion. But, man, I don't know. Because honestly, one team has to win this game.
I'll take LA.
One team has to win this game, and I honestly can't picture any team winning in my head just because they're that bad.
Tie.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised. 0-0 tie. They're awful. But no, I mean, I guess I take LA just because I like Goff. But I mean,
Goff's not playing.
No, he's not. He's not starting. He's starting.
No, Goff's the third string quarterback.
Is he? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's 3 on
that shows you how much I've been paying attention to LA this off season. I mean, I can tell you the most I can tell you about LA this off season is that parking costs $80.
Yeah, that's wild because they know that people are gonna, pack that stadium because the Rams are bad.
Otherwise, I've been paying more attention to the NFC East and East Coast games. But
so who are you picking, Jake?
Oh man, I guess give me LA because I hate San Francisco more than I think I hate them more than any other team in the NFL. Like I just think they're going to be that bad. I think they'll have a top 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the worst team in football. I think they have a top 3 pick. I think the worst teams are going to be.
Well, how could you be any good when you're starting Blaine Gabbert? I don't understand that decision. If you want me to be completely honest, because Blaine Gabbert's bad, and from what we've seen recently, Kaepernick's bad.
I mean, honestly, like
that Kaepernick can be good. We have seen it. We saw it for 2.5 years.
Here's the thing: is that Kaepernick
Like, why? Like, Gabbard he is what he is. He's a backup at best.
I mean,
Kaepernick has potential, to be a legit.
Here's the thing, Kaepernick. He might be. He might be one of the dumbest quarterbacks I've ever seen, and he never looks past.
He didn't look like that the first 2 years he played.
Yeah, he never.
Pretty
Yeah,
damn smart to me.
defenses figured it out. He never looks past the second read, which ironically makes him absolutely perfect for the Chip Kelly offense. So, yeah. I don't know.
I think San Francisco.
I still think at some point we're going to see him this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take LA in this game.
No, it's in San Francisco. I don't think the Rams are any good either. It's going to be a terrible football game to watch. But I think the home team's going to take it.
I mean, like.
So you have So you're taking San Francisco.
Why is this a Monday night game?
Okay.
I mean, like. People will say it's because
that is a great.
People will say it's because it's LA's first, like the Rams' first game back in LA, but it's not even in LA. It's not in LA.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
So, yeah, like I don't get it.
Who knows?
All right, well that covers the. All right, well on that note, we're gonna move on to the Sam Bradford trade. The Eagles traded Sam Bradford to the Minnesota Vikings for a first-round pick this year and a fourth-round pick in 2018 that could turn into a second-round pick depending on the Vikings' record and how deep they get into the playoffs. As an Eagles fan, I love this trade, considering he wasn't going to be on the roster next year anyway and might have not have been starting by the end of the year. So, and if you're Minnesota, you got to love it for them too because they have a little bit of life now. With Bridgewater going down, most people counted them out, but this trade, this could help them a lot. Bradford could even take over and become their quarterback if Bridgewater doesn't heal correctly. So, I love it. What do you think, Jake?
I mean, there's how can you be an Eagles fan and not love this trade? Honestly,
yeah.
I mean, Howie is a genius.
He really
Howie
is.
Go back a year from today, and there's probably about 4 Eagles fans that liked Howie Roseman. Those would be me, you,
yes,
and then our co-host who's not here, Kyle Bright. And then my dad. That's about it. But I mean, like everyone's like, oh, like we don't want that nerd running our football team. But no, like he's really like if you know basketball, he is aggressive. But he's become the Sam Hinkie of football. He took and like what seemed to be like just an unsalvageable situation and totally turned it around.
And quick too.
And we're not talking about just like this one deal. We're talking about go back to, the Kiko trade and the Byron Maxwell trade, all that, and then getting rid of DeMarco Murray, and then now this is just like I don't get how did this happen?
And we basically got our picks, like half of our picks back for Bradford. I know we gave up more than.
Yeah.
I think we gave up 6 picks, but we get the first rounder back, and the next year we lose our second rounder. Depending on, I think the Vikings have to win the Super Bowl, which is
they do it to win the Super Bowl, which is
But we could possibly get that second round pick back too.
I know this is literally like what Sam Hinkie did for the Sixers in his first couple drafts. But anyway, not to go too off topic with that, but I mean, I said to you the other night, I said I would look at Minnesota to be interested in Bradford. I just don't see the Vikings offering enough to get Bradford
I didn't think that the Eagles.
I didn't give up a first rounder. I thought the Eagles would.
They wouldn't even ponder it, but. Listen, you can't reject that offer for a guy that is not going to be is not going to not in your future plans whatsoever. Like you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles like Bradford well enough, and I don't think he's nearly as bad as a lot of Philadelphia fandom would lead you to believe.
I absolutely agree with you. I like Bradford.
I mean, you have to remember is that.
I agree with you guys.
Like, I mean, completion percentage is not like a great stat to use to judge a quarterback, but still, he still had the Eagles franchise record for completion percentage last year.
I actually didn't even know that.
And then I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he beat Sanchez's record, which is pretty bad at the top.
Well, I think that'll tell you a little something about that stat now,
yeah,
won't it?
I know that's what I'm saying. But you have to also remember, is the Eagles dropped 9% of his passes or something like that, something insane.
We by far had the most drops in the league last year as a team.
Yeah, so
by far, it wasn't even
talking about I'm pretty sure if Bradford had even just had if you cut his drop rate in half, the man has a 70% completion percentage, which is even though it's not a great stat, that's still pretty impressive.
Now, he just checked down Charlie. Let's be honest. He didn't take a lot of shots last year.
But, I mean, that's the thing I was going to say. They didn't take a lot of shots downfield. But for the Vikings, I mean, Bridgewater didn't either. That was a lot of things.
Oh, they were worse than we were with it. They were
a lot of people said
in the league, I think, in passing last year.
Yeah, people said coming into the season.
St. Louis, only behind St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah, people were saying coming into the season, like, one thing we want to see is Bridgewater throw downfield more. But I mean, already, like, now Bridgewater's out. I mean, that you're not going to get, at least you're going to get the same production at least out of Bradford you'll get out of Bridgewater, if not better than last year.
I actually think Bradford's better than Bridgewater is.
Honestly, yeah, I don't think Bradford's a bad quarterback. I blame a lot of his, like all the check downs. I blame that in the Chip Kelly offense. I mean, maybe I'm just so biased, but I hated Kelly's offense. I hated checking down so much. I think that was all in Kelly. He didn't like taking shots downfield. And also Eagles receivers last year. I think Bradford will be just fine in Minnesota. I think it's a win-win for both sides, honestly.
All right, Bill. You are not an Eagles fan, so from your point of view, what do you think of this trade?
I love it from both sides. The Vikings, I agree with what you said earlier. Bradford's better than Bridgewater is. Bradford, I think Bridgewater has a higher ceiling to exceed that. But
he's younger. Yeah.
Yeah, this knee could completely ruin that. And everything I said in that last podcast about their seasons F, their futures F, I disagree with it all now. I don't think Bradford's that good, but I think he's good enough to where he can get them back on par to where they could have been this season. Their potential to be good is back. The Eagles getting a first and a fourth round pick, and for a guy who wasn't even going to be there next year, get the young guy started now. I love it. It goes right into our next topic.
For the same, we basically got Carson Wentz for way cheaper. Looking back on it now, way cheaper.
Yeah.
And the draft is in Philly this year, and Philly fans will get the first round pick.
I told everybody,
do
not sleep on Howie Roseman ever. Don't do it.
But
I think the Vikings are in a better situation than they were before.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because I've said it probably a dozen times already here. I love Minnesota. I love the defense, and maybe they're a long shot to win the Super Bowl. But Bradford, as crazy as it sounds, Bradford makes them a contender again.
I agree.
Really.
I think it's a very controversial opinion for us to sit here and to say that we think Bradford's better than Bridgewater, and people may disagree. But if you do, like I said earlier, go on our Twitter and tell us why. We'd love to debate it. But if you, I don't know what did Bridgewater have? 14 touchdowns total last year.
14 touchdown passes, and they went 11-5 and won the division.
I mean, like you want to.
Bradford can't do better than that. I think Bradford could be the guy. Now, I'm not saying that Bradford's going to go out there and win a Super Bowl, but I think he's going to be the guy that I think this turns them into contenders again. While the Eagles get some picks back and lose a guy who's only going to be there for a year and be maybe like a mentor to a rookie quarterback.
No, yeah, I mean, going off what
feet wet early, and I like it. I like it on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, going off what we've seen, I mean, the reason people will, disagree on the Bridgewater thing is because even though going off what we've seen, Bradford's better quarterbacks that Teddy has a greater perceived potential. Because Bradford's been around so long. I mean, Bradford's never lived up to the hype. Teddy, everyone was expecting big things eventually. But, just to go to another point, though, is that the best part about this, I think, for the Eagles, not the best part because the first-round pick's the best part. But a lot of things people aren't talking about is that there is not a better time, I think, for Carson Wentz to come in to the league and
first two
start his career. Yeah,
Cleveland at Chicago.
No, yeah, I mean
but then we get the home game against Pittsburgh. That's going to be his first test.
Yeah, I know, but people were saying at the start of the year, look for Wentz. If the Eagles aren't doing great, to come in the second half of the year, or even after the trade. At first, we're like, Chase Daniel will start the first 6-7 games, but that makes no sense because look at the Eagles' schedule later in the year. They have an absolute murderous run.
3-game span from November 20th to December 4th, where it could get ugly. At Seattle versus Green Bay, at Cincinnati. That's rough.
Yeah, could you imagine throwing Carson Wentz into that fire? Like a lot of people were suggesting.
Well, I think by the time we get to the Seattle game, it'll be 10 games into his career.
That's what I'm saying.
9 games into his career.
But people were saying, let Carson Wentz get the first 7 or 8 starts and then put in Wentz. Or let Daniel get the first 7 or 8 starts and then put in Wentz. I mean,
yeah, that would be foolish.
I think the best move is what they're doing by putting in Carson Wentz early now.
Yeah, and then,
a little fun thing for you guys, by the way. Week 7, the Vikings come to Philadelphia.
I know, I was thinking that. What type of reception does Bradford get?
I think he gets booed.
Oh no, I know for a fact he's gonna get booed.
He's gonna get
But I mean, I would clap for him. I wouldn't boo him.
I mean, I like him, but like, it's not like he was here for a while. It's not like he was.
No, I mean, like,
It's not like he's a
Sam
traditional
Bradford
Eagle.
never.
I mean,
I wouldn't
give him a standing.
He never. I never got the feeling that he legitimately wanted to be here.
Well, no, but I mean, like, the fans didn't give him the warmest reception either.
Well, was he playing that great last year for the first?
No, but I mean,
10
like
games?
when he first came here, even, and I understand why, because I was pissed too, because I hate.
Yeah, because
I hate
we
the
gave
trade.
up like at the time, everyone thought that Nick Foles was really good, and we gave up a second round pick with it to get this
I hated the
quarterback
trade.
that tore his ACL 2 years in a row.
Oh no, I mean I agree, but I'm just saying, like, Bradford is always a classy guy.
He handled it pretty well.
Yeah, he always made it known that he was thankful, like, to the Eagles for giving him a chance when a lot of teams wouldn't have after his injuries. Yeah, I always respected that.
That Minnesota game, that's going to be a fun one. I might have to get me some tickets for that.
Yeah, what date's that again?
That's the 23rd.
Yeah, I might have to too.
So this kind of rolls into the next topic, and what do you guys think of Wentz getting the start?
I already said I think it's a perfect
we already
move.
said I love it. I mean, might as well get the rookie bumps and bruises out of the way now instead of later,
I agree.
right?
He couldn't have like an easier start to his career than what he's getting. I mean, you don't want to throw him.
I love
You
Also-
don't want him to replace Chase Daniel when you're playing
Doug
in Bay.
Peterson's call? Is this Doug Peterson's call, or was this?
Well, he's the head
This is Doug
coach.
Peterson's-
Ultimately,
Yeah,
that's
no,
his
this
call,
is
yeah.
Peterson's call.
I like it.
And let me tell you something, though. Let's say I have two sides here. Knowing this fan base, let's say the first two games against two horrendous defenses, he goes out there, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, maybe just a turnover here, a turnover there. Everyone will look past that if he's throwing for 300 yards, right? Everyone's going to be, oh my God, we're going 12-4. We're winning the division. We're going to the Super Bowl. But if he goes out there and struggles the first 2-3 games, we shouldn't have given up all that. We should have just kept Bradford. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing pans out, because you know how the people are here.
94-1 WIP is going to be like must-listen stuff. I mean,
if Josh Ennis didn't get fired, dude, oh my God.
Oh, I mean, I had to say controversial opinion, but I love Josh Ennis.
Oh, I love Josh Ennis.
Big fan.
Love him.
He was. I mean, I know most Philly people disagree, but he was great. But no, yeah, I mean, I just can't. Do you know how unbearable like Gargano would be? Like all of them.
I don't like Anthony Gargano at all.
Yeah, no, Cataldi would be unbearable.
Oh, he does. Anybody who's listening to this right now that's in the Philadelphia area, please give us your opinion on Angelo Cataldi in the morning. It is. I know more about football than he does, and I'm 19 and am unemployed, and an unemployed sports talker. So,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Cataldi. I'm pretty sure it was Cataldi. One of them was on an Eagles radio show and was bitching about Wentz being the starter. Like he hated it, and I was like, he's the only guy in this area that would ever hate that.
What, did he dislike the trade too?
Yeah, like,
no, he
wanted Bradford.
Mike Missanelli is on Fox News. And
Well, he's another idiot.
He's an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, Missanelli is terrible.
Josh Ennis used to call him Mike Bitchinelli.
Oh yeah, Ennis was great, and Philly fans only hated him so much because he was smarter than half of them, coming from a Philly fan.
He honestly, he joked around a lot and had a lot of I liked that about him though. I thought he was really fun to listen to. He legitimately knew what he was talking about. Like he was.
Oh no, he did. He's a very smart guy. Very smart guy.
I don't know. Well, I think he had a problem with, he said something racial, and is that why he was fired?
It wasn't. No, what happened was they've been looking for a reason to get rid of him for a while. He's been, he always talks about on the radio show how much they hate him. And then what happened was he criticized, and I don't understand. I don't get what's bad about this. Is he criticized Missanelli for the Dwayne from Swedesboro thing? Which, if you don't know what the Dwayne for Swedesboro thing is, please look it up. It's the most bizarre thing you'll ever read. But yeah, Dwayne from Swedesboro, that was a legit racist thing. And Ennis called 97.5 and Missanelli out on it, and 94.1 fired him for criticizing him, which makes no sense. They just wanted a reason to get rid of him, is what it was.
All right, well, I think that'll just about wrap up this episode of JBK and J. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter at JBK and J Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube, JBK and J Podcast.